Hello everyone, I hope you will be fine. Today we are going to talk about bonds payable subsequent measurement for issuers. Like if you have issued the bonds might be issued at par or at premium or at discount. So after the issuance of the bonds, how can we record the bonds in financial statement? So in this video, I'm going to talk about today amortization of premium. If you have already issued the bonds at premium, so now what to do with the premium, how we can amortize the premium over the bond's life. This is what we are going to talk about today. So first of all, we need to understand how can we present the bonds in balance sheet. So here we have a balance sheet presentation. So in balance sheet, first of all, we need to write total face value of bonds. Then what we will do, we need to add here unamortized premium. This is really important word. Unamortized premium, how can we calculate? We always need total value of the premium. From total value of premium, we will subtract accumulated amortization. Okay, this is how you will get unamortized premium, and this we will learn today. So then you need to subtract here unamortized discount. Again, you need to take total value of discount minus accumulated amortization of discount. So you will subtract in the balance sheet. So then you will have here less unamortized debt issue cost. Sometimes we incur cost to issue the debt. So we also need unamortized debt issue cost. How can we calculate? We need issue cost minus accumulated amortization. That we will see how to deal with issue cost. So this is how you will get your carrying amount of the bonds in balance sheet. Okay. So now we have here income statement presentation. So under income statement, what we need to do, we will always record our interest expense at effective rate. Okay. What is the effective rate? We will see. So here, usually we can reach to this value like interest expense at effective rate by taking this format. So we need to have interest paid at stated rate. Stated rate means which is mentioned on the bond, less amortization of premium, like whatever the amount of amortization is there relevant to the premium, you will subtract. Okay. Then you have here add, you will plus amortization of discount. So this is how your interest expense will be recorded in the income statement. So let's have a look how we can work here to amortize the premium or discount. We can use effective interest method. Okay, and how effective interest method will work. So this is what we are going to talk about today. And I have already covered the initial measurement of the bonds in the previous video. I will provide the link for that video in the description of this video. So I hope you will watch that one also, because that is basic idea about the bonds. So here we go, effective interest rate method, how it can work here. Here you should remember a few things. So if you want to calculate annual interest expense, so this is always interest expense, which you will record in the income statement. This is always equal to carrying amount of the bonds times effective interest rate. Effective interest rate mean to say it is the market rate, okay, which you have at the time of issuance. Then secondly, if you want to calculate the amount of interest paid, so you always need a face amount multiplied by stated rate. Okay, so because interest actually we will pay as per the stated rate. So let's have a look with the help of examples for the better understanding. So here we have example. So we are going to talk about amortization of premium first. Okay. So here we have an example on January 1, year 1, PINC issued 200. 200s are number of bonds. 8% is the rate of interest, which is stated rate. 5 years is the maturity period. $5,000 bonds. 5,000 actually is the face value for each bond when the prevailing interest rate in the market is 6%. So you can see here, I have already covered in the previous video, but I can just quickly revise for you guys. So whenever our stated rate is greater than market rate. So you can check it here. Our stated rate is 8% and market rate is 6%. So bonds will be issued at premium. Okay. So here, if you want to calculate the amount of premium or discounts, what we need to do here, we will always calculate the present value of face amount and present value of interest. Okay, then we will make the summation of these two value, and then we will compare with the face value of the bonds. If present value of face plus present value of interest is greater than face value, okay, so it will be the premium. If it is less, it will be a discount. Okay, so here how you can calculate the present value. So here we go. So first of all, you need a present value of face amount, okay, which you will repay at the end of the bond's life. So face value is 1 million. How you will get the 1 million? Because we have number of bonds are 200. Here you can see, okay, number of bonds are 200 and face value for each bond is 5000. If you will multiply these two values, you will automatically get the face value. And face value we will always multiply by with the present value factor, and you can look this factor from present value of dollar one table. This is the name of the table, present value of dollar one table. You can look it there. So just you will always select the present value factor at market rate, and look at here, your market rate is 6%. You will go to the present value table, because I'm assuming you have idea about time value of money. You will go to the present value of dollar one table, look at 6% column, and check for 5 years. So this value you will find it there, 0.74726. So once you will multiply with the face value, you will get the present value of face, which is $747,260. Then secondly, you also need to calculate the present value of cash interest, so which is 80,000 is the amount of interest per annum. How you can calculate the amount of interest? So interest you will always calculate on the face value, and face value was 1 million multiplied by stated rate. Don't make mistake here, interest you will calculate always at stated rate. So if you will multiply 1 million times 8%, this will give you interest of 80,000 per annum. So here I am assuming we are paying annual interest. Okay, so you will take here in present value of interest, which is 80,000 multiplied by annuity factor. This is not a present value factor, it is a annuity factor. So annuity factor you can look from the annuity table. Okay, just again you will check this at market rate, and don't forget your market rate is 6% is given here. Okay, and you will look for 5 years. So from the annuity table you will find this value there. So if you will multiply these two, you will get here present value of interest. So now we will add these two value. So it means our total present value is 1,084,247. So this is also called cash proceed. This is also called market value, or okay, or the issue price. Okay, now here what you need to do here, now you have to compare this present value with the face value, and you know face value is 1 million. So you can look at here, your present value is more. Whenever your present values are greater than face, so what you need to do, so it is a case of premium. So here we will record the entry, and the difference of face and present value is the amount of premium. Okay, so here what entry you will pass when you will issue the bonds at the time of issuance. Okay, so you will make debit cash always with the present value of cash flows, because this is what the value you are going to receive from the investors. Okay, so the present value is 1,084,247. Credit will go to bonds payable with always with the face amount. So you will get here 1 million, and now we have here a premium on bonds payable, which is the difference of $84,247. Okay, now what we need to do, so as I told you, bonds will be recorded in balance sheet at face value plus unamortized premium. Okay, and here we have a total amount of premium of 84,247. What we need to do, we will amortize this amount of premium over the bonds maturity life. Okay, so how you will amortize, this is what we are going to talk about here. So here we have a note, please don't forget. So if you want to amortize the premium amortized okay, are the total interest expense and carrying amount of the bonds decreases each period. Like when you will amortize the premium, so what will happen, your bonds carrying value will decrease over the bonds life. Don't forget, and we will see what entries we will pass for this. So let's have a look how can we amortize the premium. Okay, here we have a table. This is what is called amortization schedule, and here we are going to use effective interest rate method. So here we go. We have first of all first column for years. We will write years. We have year 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and the second column is for beginning carrying amount. And don't forget, okay, the first value which you will write here in year one, that should be the present value, not the face, present value. Okay, so then you will times, you will multiply beginning carrying amount times effective rate, and effective rate is 6%, 6%, 6 and 6. Okay, then this will give you interest expense. Okay, like when you take beginning carrying amount times effective rate, this will give you interest expense, which will be recorded in the income statement. We will see how it will work. Then you have to subtract it minus cash paid. Cash you will pay always at stated rate. Okay, the actual interest paid, actually it is the actual interest paid. And I will see how, I will tell you how to calculate it. So then if you will take the difference of interest expense and cash paid, this will give you premium amortized each year. Okay, and then if you want to calculate the ending carrying value, what you need to do, you will take beginning carrying amount, okay, minus amortization of premium. So this will give you ending carrying value, and we will see properly with the help of format. So here we go, let's start working first. Let's prepare amortization schedule first. So in year one, so the first value which you will write here, the beginning carrying value, that should be the present value. Okay, times interest effective rate. Okay, effective rate is 6%. So this will give you interest expense in first year, which is $65,055. So actually you have paid interest of 80,000. How you calculate the actual interest? Because interest you will always calculate on the face, and face value was 1 million times stated rate was 8% per annum. So this is how you will get interest payment every year. Okay, every year. So this is the per annum amount. Okay, so this is the actual interest rate. So this is what you will put it here, 80,000 every year, because interest is not going to change. So in the first year you paid 80,000. Now what you will do, you will take the difference of interest expense, which is $65,055, and 80,000. The difference is 14,945. This is called premium amortized. Okay. Now what we need to do, you have a beginning carrying value minus amortization of premium. This is how you will get ending carrying value. This ending carrying value will be the beginning for next year, again times interest rate. You will get the interest expense, which should be recorded in the income statement. So but the actual interest paid is 80,000. Now maybe you are thinking what it is. Actually we paid 80, how it will be recorded 64,000? That I will show you, just wait. So what we need to do, the difference of these two value is called amortization of premium. Now again, beginning carrying value, which was 1,069,302. So minus amortization of premium, which is 15,842. So this is how you will get ending carrying value, which is equal to $1,053,460. So this will be the beginning for next year, again times 6%. So you will get interest expense, but actual interest paid is 80. The difference of interest expense, which is 63,208, and actual interest paid, which is 80,000, is called amortization of premium. Again, beginning carrying value, which is 1,053,460, minus amortization of premium, which is 16,792. So this is how you will get ending carrying value. Okay, ending carrying value will become again the beginning for next, again times 6%. You will get interest expense, again actual interest paid is 80,000. The difference of interest expense and actual interest paid is called your amortization of premium. Again you will get the ending carrying value. How? Beginning, which is $1,036,668, minus amortization of premium, which is 17,800. You will get ending. Okay, ending will become again beginning for next times 6%. So you will get this value as interest expense. Actual interest paid is 80,000. The difference of these two is called amortization of premium. And now you will look at here, if you will take beginning carrying value minus amortization of premium, so you will automatically get ending carrying value. And actually see at the end of the 5 years, your bonds will stand at 1 million in the balance sheet, which is equal to face value, and this is the value which you will return to the investors at the maturity date. So now let's have a look first what entries you will pass, and then I will apply the format which we with which we started this video. So here we go, what entry you will pass in each year. In year one, so for the amortization premium, you will pass this entry. Debit will go to interest expense at effective rate, and in year one your interest expense is $65,055. So you will make this amount as a debit. Okay, then you will also debit the premium on bonds payable with the amortization of amount, because normally premium is credit. If you want to amortize, so it should be debit in every year. So what is the amount of premium amortization? The first year amount of premium amortization is 14,945. Okay, and then credit will go to the cash with the actual interest payment which you have paid, which is 80,000. It means what we learned here, we will use these three columns to record entries: interest expense, cash paid, and amortization of premium. And this will be the entry in each year. Okay, in year two you will also pay this, you will pass the same entry. Debit will go to interest expense with year two value. This is the year two value, 64,154. Debit bonds on premium on bonds payable, it's amortization amount, which is $15,842. And credit will go to cash with actual interest paid. Okay, with actual interest paid, which is 80,000. Okay, so this is how you will pass the entry over the 5 years. So let's move now. If in exam you are asking, simply if you want to answer the question, if he will ask you, examiner is asking you what value, what is the interest expense in income statement, you will say this is the, here is the answer. So if he will ask you what is the amount of amortization of premium, here is the answer. If he will ask you what is the carrying value at the end of each year, you will say the carrying value at the end of first year is this value, at the end of second year is this, at the end of third year this, at the end of fourth year this, and at the end of the fifth year is 1 million. But you know how these values are calculated. These values are calculated. So we need to apply the format which with which we started the video. So here we go. I'm talking about just first year presentation. Every year you will do the same. So balance sheet presentation, it is how it looks like. So first of all, you will write total face value of bonds, which is 1 million. Add, because I'm going to deal with only premium here. So add what? Unamortized premium, unamortized. So as I told you there, you need their amount of premium minus accumulated amortization. And don't forget, we are sitting in the first year. So amount of premium was total 84,247. How? Because when you recorded the entry for issuance of bonds, so you recorded here bonds premium 84,274. So this is what you will take, this value you will take there. So you have amount of premium is 84,270 47 minus accumulated amortization, because we are sitting in the first year. So accumulated amortization you will take only from year one, and amortization is, you can look from here, the first year amortization is $14,945. And here you also recorded the entry also. Okay, now what we need to do here, simply we have a total amount of premium which is 84,247 minus accumulated amortization of the first year. So this is how you will get unamortized amount, unamortized amount of premium. Now I'm assuming here discount is zero, because I'm not going to deal with the discount case in this video. I'm assuming unamortized debt cost is also zero. It means if I will add these two value, means a face value plus unamortized premium, which is 69,302. If I will add these two values, so this will give me 1,69,302. And you can check in the schedule. Okay, you can check in the schedule. This is the same carrying value at the end of the first year. You can look at here. Okay, so but the point is, to solve the question, this table is enough. But if you are working practically, so you also need to be familiar with the presentation, how you will present the bonds in balance sheet. I hope it is clear. Now I'm going to talk about how you will present the data in the income statement. So first of all, what you will do, you will take interest paid at stated rate, which is the actual interest payment, which is 80,000. So you will subtract here less amortization of premium. So in the first year, we have amortized the premium of 14,945. So you will subtract this value. So 80,000 minus this value, okay, amortization premium. But if you have amortization of discount also, that should be added. Why? Because discount, the amortization premium is kind of income, so you are subtracting from the interest payments, and amortization of discount is kind of an expense you are adding there. Okay, so this is how you will get interest expense at effective rate. So that is why in shortcut I told you above. So you can simply take this value. Okay, I mean say the interest expense at market rate. Here you can look in the table. So here we have interest expense in the market here, huh? Or you can look from here, from the table. So this value should be reported as expense. But how we will calculate? We will take cash payment minus amortization of premium equal to the interest expense in the income statement. Okay, so you might have a case of discount also. Discount I will cover in the next video, otherwise this video will become very long. So I hope you like this video. If you have any question, you can ask me to the comment section. If you really like the video, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. In next video I will talk about how to amortize the discount and debt issue cost. Thank you so much. See you in the next video. Bye bye.